The government of India has already installed about 98 plants and sold around 31,000 tons of CBG. If there's a very big biogas plant in the city based on sewage, all the sewage can be supplied to that plant and biogas can be generated out of it.
Welcome to another podcast of MITCON Consultancy and Engineering Services. I, your host, Apurva Surve, and we are in a conversation with well-known guest, Mr. Rohit Narra, who is the CFO and a strategist of Sadguru, Shri Sakhar Karkhana. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, earlier we had a conversation. You have given wonderful insights about ethanol, and now we would like to know your views upon what the compressed biogas, which is well known as CBG. Sir, I know you have been working into this industry, the allied industry of sugar industries. So could you just share your thoughts about what the compressed gas is, how the market is right now, and we would like to know more about it into brief.
Sure. Thank you for having me here once again. And CBG is nothing but compressed biogas, which is a form of methane. Which has got around 90 to 98% methane. So earlier, everybody now knows CNG, compressed natural gas. So compressed natural gas is a source of from the fossil fuels. So CBG is made from various renewable raw material, like it is made from municipal solid waste, agriculture waste, then it is made from the effluents from the sugar industry. Then there are various crops that you can use to make this. Can be also made from sewage as well. So, yeah.
Right, sir. Sir, I would also like to know how the transition of this industry is. So just give us some inputs, like we have seen from petrol to diesel, diesel to blending of ethanol, now ethanol to the CNG, and CNG, there is a difference between also CNG and CBG. So could you just give us the segregation, what every aspects of this or the how everything works upon?
So CBG typically is used in the same vehicles as the CNG vehicles. There is no difference in the usage. But typically when you see, there are other types of gases present along with CNG, which are not there in CBG. And since CBG is made from the natural sources, and instead of all this biomass and agriculture waste generating methane into the air, we are using that methane as a fuel here. And under the Sakhar scheme, the government of India has already installed about 98 plants and sold around 31,000 tons of CBG.
Okay.
So this is where we are right now. And under the Govardhan scheme also, government has close to 1,400 plants registered with them, with around 1,000 of them are functional.
Okay. So are there any specific regions where these plants are being established?
I think there's no specific region, like government has done city gas distribution in 516 districts. Similarly, they are doing this wherever the biomass is available.
Okay.
So big cities are a big source for the municipal solid waste. Sugar factories are a very big source for the bagasse, for the spent wash, for the press mud. So press mud is a mud that is left after the filtration of the sugarcane juice. So a lot of sources are there. There is no regional limitation to this. It can happen across India, especially in North India. If you see that Parli, that is burned,
stubble,
stubble, right? Rice stubble and wheat stubble. So that is also can be used for CBG instead of burning.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. Those raw material which I use, they give the different yield. Like spent wash gives you the different yield. Even the Napier grass, what we have been seeing. So how this impact the CBG? Also, does the output impact the quality of CNG or CBG impacts?
See, if you see the yield is not very different for every feedstock. But if you see, when you use feedstock like spent wash, so then it has got residues of the sulfur that is used in the sugar refining, semi-refining process. Mm-hmm. So that sulfur comes here. So we have to remove that sulfur before we make the compressed biogas. There is a certain limitation given by the government as to how much H2S is allowed. So it is allowed only up to 10 ppm.
Okay.
Right. So for other types of raw materials, you won't have issues with all the chemicals or anything present in it. So yeah.
So it's my personal question. When I was doing like MITCON, personally had done one of the well-known companies project who was about to set a CBG plant. We faced some issue regarding the press mud. The question was such that the press mud comes from the sugar industry, and sugar industry are available like working for 6 months. So how this 6 months of the press mud, which is the storage problem, how do you see it? Where someone has to build, run their CBG plant, which is completely running upon press mud. On the other hand, sugar mill runs for only 6 months.
Yeah.
So how do they store the raw material? Like a raw material issue, I would say.
So you're basically asking me how you can provide CBG around the year.
Yes.
When you're a seasonal industry.
Yes.
So it's not very difficult because the spent wash from the distilleries can be used throughout the season. Whatever press mud is generated, we can use the press mud, store it, and use it in the off season.
Okay.
This is what some countries have already been following, and I think it is very important for consumers. Today you can dispense gas into their cars, and in the off season you can't tell them we don't have gas. So it is very important question that you asked, and I think it is solvable.
Okay, but what I have seen, spent wash cannot be moved out of sugar mills, right? Is it so?
No, it can be moved as long as you're not disposing it anywhere. There is no problem. One unit can be established anywhere between a couple of sugar mills, and they can buy spent wash, or rather the mills can pay them.
Okay.
And they can dispose their effluent.
Right.
So like now societies are disposing sewage, right? If there's a very big biogas plant in the city based on sewage, all the sewage can be supplied to that plant and biogas can be generated out of it.
Okay. So coming to the another question, how this CBG has evolved in India? Like as I said earlier also, we have been every 10 years we have seen different technologies coming up. So CBG is very old, which has been from the biogas, which is gobar gas. From there we have evolved to LPG and this. So how you see this industry evolving right now as well?
So this industry is going to grow a lot, and I think what the government is looking at is having 5,000 CBG plants across the country. You must have also seen big companies announcing 100, 200 plants everywhere. So I think the future is very good for CBG. You already see the market, 30% of the cars in the market are running on CNG. So once CBG is able to establish a certain volume, then we can start dispensing gas from wherever it is manufactured also.
Another issue is what we have seen, there is also a problem of supply chain of parali, what we have been discussing. Again, that is seasonal. So the factors how you see in the supply chain, like you see the logistic, you see the transportation, you also see the end product to be selling out. So let's now just discuss upon how you see the supply chain of logistic in these conditions.
See, the supply can happen to pipelines. Government has given a scheme where up to 10 kilometers they can draw the gas from your pipelines. But the thing is, most of the plants are in the rural side. So there we need to promote the CBG usage rather, so that more cars are bought and eventually we start dispensing the gas in those areas, and more raw material substitutes have to be developed so that we supply around the year.
Okay.
And more constraints, if you see, not only with pipelines, but you have these cascades that are used. The cascades are a little expensive. So even for a regular petrol pump dealer who is dispensing petrol, diesel, CNG, even for him to dispose CBG tomorrow, what he will need to invest in a couple of cascades. Typically, if he wants to procure petrol, there are a lot of transporters available. So here they have to spend a little bit more. But I think once volumes, it's a question of volumes. Once there are volumes, the cost goes down for any technology.
Another raw material, what we have seen, difficult to get, which is available ample in the market, not in the market, but it's there. But the problem which, why are we not able to use it? I would say municipal waste. We have an ample, right? You have seen the waste, the hips everywhere, but we are not able to use it into CBG plant. Is there a specific reason for it?
There's no specific major reason that why why we are not able to do it, but it is very simple. The municipality has to work on the segregation.
Okay.
As long as the segregation is done right. See, if you go to countries like Europe, the waste is segregated at the source itself.
Ground level.
And later also they have different machineries to segregate it. It's only the segregation issue. Otherwise today cities like Pune, who are having a daily MSW generation of around 3000 tons, should definitely go for a CBG plant in which they'll use the CBG again for powering their cities, facilities, or anything. It should happen. I don't think it's very difficult to do it. It's a matter of implementation.
So we would say we lack the technology or we lack the will.
I think there is a will, but a push is needed.
Push is needed from the government itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's come to the technical and the infrastructural challenges. Do you see any bottleneck into CBG production, and where the purification of this plant heading?
See, major bottlenecks are only the offtake by the oil companies. Oil companies are not able to offtake the total quantity produced by the sugar mills who are having CBG plants. And besides that, I've already told you the logistics issues and all that. And city gas distribution, wherever it is they're investing today, these plants are far away. So we can directly not inject. So government has a mandate of giving 1 to 4% blending into the CGD distribution network from year 2026 to 2028. But maybe we'll take some more time.
Okay. Recently, even we have seen that these city gas distributions, CGD, which we call, providing access over 70% to the population. Could you just tell what this concept is, which aims to covers 407 district, and the potential of this district has up to 70% of the population will be able to cover the CBG, the distribution of CBG.
So majorly they're doing it for CNG.
Okay.
So eventually CBG will be blended into it, but I think they are spending a lot on the infrastructure because we don't want to have a situation of energy crisis ever. So I think India is preparing for the future, the way our population is increasing, the way our demands are increasing. So government as well as the industry will come up with many more options to use these networks and make the best out of it.
So there are less policies related to CBG, or you need a push towards the CBG industry?
There are policies, but there is some resistance sometimes in the users in remote areas. They fear if they run out of gas, what would they do? And again, the mills, they think if we don't have enough buyers here, why we should manufacture?
Okay.
Right? So it's a chicken or egg story.
Yeah.
But some interference is needed here, maybe from the government or even from the industry, and to create a bridge between the buyers and the manufacturers.
Okay. Just I'll read out the data to you, where it say increase of natural gas consumption has increased from 20% to 30% 2030, driven by the network expansion of increased accessibility. So how do you see this 30% growing to 40%, growing to 50% in upcoming years? Is there any scope for it, or again here?
Are you talking about CBG or CNG?
It's CGD sector what they talk about.
CGD,
So
like I told you, CGD sector, they are heavily invested. They have a lot of time until they use they have a total capacity utilization. But we are majorly looking at CBG right now because this is from a bio source, and eventually we'll use their network whenever we get a chance.
So we do have a long way journey to cover for net zero, what we talk about, right? Okay. Again, setting up a CBG plant, does it cost a lot?
It does not cost much. Typically, it will see 1 ton of CBG plant, but right from the basic biodigester to the complete compression and everything should cost you around 1.5 to 2 crores per ton of capacity. Okay. And of course, and the larger capacities you do, the costs will get better.
Okay.
And government also has a subsidy on that. So for a 5-ton plant, they have around 3 crores of subsidy given by MNRE,
Okay.
Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So government has done its part. More marketing and more myths need to be removed from the mind of the users as well as the industry.
Are there any specific cost fixed by the government? At what price should it be sell to?
So for CBG, for the procurement that they're going to do from us, they have given it as 70% of the market rate. But if we directly want to dispense it to the consumers with our own brands, we can do it as per the market rate, or we can have a network of dealers who are already into dispensing fuel, and we can give a certain margin and give it to them. So both are possible.
So they are free to dispense it into a retail market.
They are free to dispense. Even we are free to dispense, because as per the rules, if you see, compressed biogas is not manufactured from any petroleum source.
Right.
So we don't need the MOPNG's interference anywhere as per the rules. But now they're able to do it because they have a network. And besides that, whatever permissions we need are majorly PESO related or local government from the district collector or whatever.
Okay. Coming back to what we have done into the project earlier. When I was researching on this, like my role into the market research would be, when I was researching into it, I saw the byproduct was there. What comes out of CBG was fertilizer and CO2, right? So making fertilizer, not the fertilizer, but making the fertilizer. So how do you see this byproduct into the market, selling those to directly selling to the farmers or directly selling to the fertilizer company?
So we can directly sell it to the farmers at an initial stage, and to sell it to the fertilizer companies and all, you need a certain composition of different values in it of micronutrients or microbes and all that. So it both can be done. But currently what we are doing is we are selling it to the farmers, and it provides a good manure for their farms.
Okay. Yeah. So when you say even with the CO2, so what comes out of that? Even that has been used for the bottling?
See, CO2 is being bought by a lot of bottlers as a purified gas, or it is even used for industrial purposes. And future we can also make different things out of it. You can make methanol out of CO2, and there are other things that you can do which are still not proven. So it might take some time for doing that high grade value addition.
Is it difficult to sell the fertilizer?
No, it's not very difficult.
Okay. Does it?
Once farmers use, they see the difference in their farms.
Okay.
They just buy it. It's not very difficult.
Okay. So what policies do you think, or what another push should be coming from the government end?
The government has to market whatever they have done.
Okay.
And that's it. Everything else is in place. We are ready to invest. We are ready to manufacture. People are there ready to use. Cars are already there. Everything is in place.
Okay.
It just needs to be, people need to be reminded again of where we need to go.
It's a clean energy again.
Yeah.
Right. So any future perspective of yours?
I think CBG can do its part of in the automotive sector or even the industrial usage and all that. But CBG definitely has a role to play in the green hydrogen dream. And I think India should again be a leader in that space, because at the cost that we manufacture green energy, no one does in the world. So I think green hydrogen also, India should be the cheapest and the most efficient producer.
Again, the target what we have been setting, like India have been setting, was 15 million metric ton by 2030. Again, is it achievable?
It is achievable. Like I said, all stakeholders need to take more effort to achieve that. It is possible.
With the integration of green hydrogen or a separate?
Green hydrogen will take some more time, but currently green hydrogen will not come into the automobile sector. But wherever there is an application of grey hydrogen, we can replace it with green, and it will definitely make it a big leap towards the net zero targets of 2070 for India.
Okay. That's all, sir, from my end right now. Let's again, as I said, it was valuable inputs from your end as well. We haven't been into this conversation before. So let's see how the CBG industry grows. And again, we have hope to come back and we have a conversation back once, maybe in next 1 year.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for giving your time, sir.
Yeah.